The Exorcism of Roland Doe. We all know the classic horror film The Exorcist. Did you know that this film was inspired by the events surrounding a real-life exorcism of a 14-year-old boy? But who is Roland Doe? Roland was born into a German Lutheran family in 1935 in Maryland, USA. Roland Doe was a 14-year-old boy and alleged to be a victim of demonic possessions. Roman Catholic priests performed a series of exorcisms on Roland and recorded the events. Some priests who witnessed these exorcisms were not convinced he was possessed. But what happened to this boy, later identified as Ronald Edwin Hunker? As an only child, Roland became close with his aunt, who was also a spiritualist. And like any good aunt, she introduced him to the Ouija board. That really happened. Did this introduce the boy to another dimension, or the demons in that dimension to attach to the boy? Was it all that aunt's fault? When this aunt passed away, paranormal activity occurred in the house whenever Roland was nearby. This was witnessed by a Lutheran pastor, and it was recommended that the boy be exorcised. Exorcisms. What I describe now, you can draw comparisons between Roland's experience and the book and the film. Roland slipped his hands out of the restraints and with a bed spring used it as a weapon against the priest, slashing his arm. Religious relics were smashed on the floor, but not by the boy's hand. Other priests witnessed bed shaking, flying objects, and the boy speaking in a guttural voice. Various markings appeared on his body with the words evil and hell, and most bizarrely, Lewis and Saturday and 3.5 weeks was written across his chest. None of it made sense. After a series of these exorcisms, Roland was eventually free of any possessions. What happened to Roland? In his adult life, Hunker was a NASA engineer whose work contributed to the Apollo space missions of the 1960s and who patented a technology that helped space shuttle panels withstand extreme heat. He was keen to keep his identity a secret from his NASA colleagues, which he did for 40 years in his career. What do you think? Was Roland Doe possessed?